So we're looking this week at the story of Jairus' daughter, and then interwove very quietly in this story is the fact that the lady that had been bleeding and was unclean touched Jesus' cloak and he felt the power going out of him. So in your kit there's a traceable, so you can trace that and draw it into your Bible, into your journal. But I've also going to include with the on my website this drawing of different hands, and I was really struck by the word touch, because this lady being unclean, she wouldn't have been allowed to be with anybody. She'd have been without touch, without love, without welcome, and kind of I can't imagine being like that. I'm very fortunate. I have a very loving husband and some lovely loving kids. So I printed this image off onto some tracing paper, and then I've cut them out, but I've decided, so this is like it's a little bit like vellum, this paper, so the one side it's really bold and the other side, if I turn it over, it's not so bold, and I'm going to use the not so bold side. And I've decided I want to use the images that are about one hand touching the other. So I've got the one with the baby, which I'm just going to trim off a little bit because it won't fit, and put that right at the edge there, not cut that very straight. There. And then I've got these others. I'm not sure which order or where or how I want to use them. You can use your own images from the internet. These are already done for you. It's completely up to you. I think this one's more that way. And that one's the hand coming down, like so. I think I won't do that. So as I've laid them out, I'm just going to mark where I want to cut them off. I want to put that one. I want to cut that one there, because with it being vellum, it'll show through. So I've got to kind of trim them off. You print them onto paper, it's completely up to you. I'm just trimming off where I've marked to trim them off. So we're going to kind of go that one there. So that one in the corner. I'm just going to get a glue stick and I'm going to just glue them down. And remember that it's not about what we create, it's about spending time in the Word with God. And I'm really struck by the way Jesus just knew that this lady and her situation, and just because she trusted him and dared to touch his cloak, she was healed after many years of being quite poorly. I suspect nowadays she probably had something that we now call endometriosis, where you just bleed and you bleed and you bleed, and it's really painful, and it's really it's just a nightmare of a condition. I'm going to glue this one in place. So I'll flip that one round a little bit. We just need to trim it up. And I'll do the rounded corners and trim up the page there. Pull that one up there, like so. Now you could print this off and put it as a tip in. Oops. My little reflector just fell down. So the word that keeps coming to me is the word touch. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write touch and hold and healed and touch, hold, heal. Hold, heal, just in my normal writing with an artist pen. Touch, hold, and heal. And that's kind of where we're at today. That's all about the lady that touched Jesus' cloak.